Hey, this is Sam Black with an update on the Green Black The Great Aurora deck that I've been playing. This weekend at Grand Prix Minneapolis, I surprised people by playing mono white humans instead of this. I thought that it would be well positioned this weekend because it seemed like there were a lot of mid range decks that. It seemed like there were so many mid-range decks that I felt like they couldn't skew themselves toward beating aggressive decks because people would have to pay so much attention to fighting mid-range battles, but I ended up playing against more sweepers than I would have liked and didn't do particularly well. I feel like humans is a more fragile strategy than I would like to play going forward, so I'm tweaking the black-green deck that I liked before that. The primary alteration that I've made here is getting rid of the other medium top end that I had, like Ulvenwald Hydra and World Breaker for 3 main deck Woodland Bellowers. The idea here is to give the deck more resistance to Reflector Mage, and just people going wide in general by having a 6-drop that can catch me up on the board by putting 2 big threats into play. Because, with the exception of the one Deathcap Cultivator that I'm playing, all of my ramp is putting additional lands into play. When I cast Woodland Bellower, I'll have 6 lands, which means that if I get Sylvan Advocate, it'll be a 4/5. And so I'm putting 10/10 worth of power and toughness spread across 2 creatures into play, both of which live through Languish, which means that my opponent is basically going to have to use 2 cards to deal with them, and even if they get 1 out of play, I'll still have another good blocker, though I expect more often to find Tireless Tracker, which is kind of the centerpiece of the deck anyway, so having a lot of extra trackers feels very good to me. And also Explosive Vegetation curves into casting Woodland Bellower, getting Tireless Tracker, and then playing a land and immediately getting a clue, which is just a very good turn 4 or 5 play. It can only be turn 4 with the one Deathcap Cultivator, I guess, so most likely turn 5 play. I had been thinking about cutting the Great Aurora, but with so many additional ways to get Tireless Tracker into play and generate additional clues, I feel like it's going to be generating value a lot. And it is a really high impact card that helps you in spots where other things wouldn't. It deals with the problem with this deck that sometimes you just draw ramp spells and not enough business, and it is very good at converting all of your extra mana sources and clues into real threats. Outside of that, things are pretty similar. I'm on 2 Ruinous Paths instead of a Ruinous Path and a Toothless Slaughter right now, and I've added a Jadi Offshoot and a Deathcap Cultivator instead of Pulse of Marasa and Den Protector. This means that I have a lot less redundancy on keeping my Dark Petition Season Pass loop going, and that's because I have this more proactive mid to end game strategy of playing Woodland Bellowers and more threats and just attacking with big creatures that I'm leaning on over the recursion element. And then in the sideboard, I have basically a lot of similar things going on. I have a Lamholt Pacifist and a Flaying Tendrils as additional early defense. And because I'm not playing Ulvenwald Hydra, I'm not playing Mirror Pool, and I'm playing a Blighted Fen instead, as I think that's a better land to draw because it comes into play untapped, and I've had some trouble with Esper Dragons, so having a land that's very good against Ojtai and Silumgar is, I think, pretty valuable for this deck. So that's where I'm at. I'm hoping that Woodland Bellower impresses, and that's the main thing I'm looking to learn today.